Good morning everybody, my name is Walbeoffe and in today's video we will be discussing Terre de Hermes and its flankers. That is better. It is cold out there. I'm going to warm myself up by this glorious fire behind me. Now, Terre de Hermes line is just absolutely fabulous. I love the DNA. The EDT, the original, is just one of my favorite fragrances to wear. And I've really been enjoying investigating the other ones and what they have to offer. Now, I made a video about the EDT a couple of months ago. If you haven't seen it, why not watch it after this, where I explore all the notes and I get my raw materials and I discover this amazing journey through the tops, the base and the mids. Now, because of that video, I've become even more of a fan of the EDT because I really appreciate just the genius that it is. And you can see from the amount there, I've absolutely smashed through it in just a matter of months. But that begs the question, what about the parfum and what about Intense Vetiver? Well, let's talk a little bit about them now. Okay, so this is the first time I've done a lineup of original and their flankers. And it's a very funny one because if it was technology, comparisons are so easy because you just say, let's say it's a phone. This one has so many megapixels on the camera. This one has so many megapixels. This one's cost is this, and the RAM and X, Y, and Z. Therefore, you can conclude that this one's better and this one's not so good. When it comes to perfume, it's just all subjective. There's no real markers of technology or markers of data that you can say, well, this one is better than this one. All you've got is smell and cost. I don't know if it's useful. I really don't. I don't know if anyone really cares. Will it be helpful? But anyway, I may as well give it a go. The parfum is the same DNA as the EDT. It's got that bitter orange. It's got that lovely, lovely earthy feel that Terre de Hermes has. It doesn't deviate miles away from the EDT. I think if you have the EDT, the parfum is not an essential buy. You can have one without the other quite happily. The EDT has a little bit more projection, it's a little bit more fiery, it's a little bit more sharp in the orange. The parfum's just a little bit more rounded, a little bit more heavy on the skin. But I think you're gonna be hard to actually tell the difference in a blind smell. It's funny, I had a list this morning whilst doing breakfast of my number 1, number 2, and number 3. And then I sprayed them on different parts of my body, and my wife smelt them, and then immediately changed the list of what I had. And she gave this unbelievable compliment, which was for the parfum. It smells just like you'd be sitting next to a fire with a whiskey, smoking a cigar. And when somebody gives that kind of compliment, you have to really sit up and take notice. So my favorite was the EDT, but after that, I've really been looking at the EDP with a bit of a fresh set of eyes. I think I can understand it. It's got a heavier sensibility to it. It's got more weight to it. I think it's got a little bit more sophistication. That's really hard to say because it's such a sophisticated DNA already. I think you'd be good with either, the parfum or the EDT. I think it comes down to personal preference. If you're going to be using it in a work environment, maybe the parfum's better because it has less zest, less zing, less projection. Or if you want to be wearing it out and about, the EDT is going to be a better option. Also, the EDT is the original. It's got that just gorgeous DNA that is where it all came from. Is the second in the series ever better? So I think my conclusion on the EDP is it's not better. I think it's the same in terms of the smell and the gorgeous DNA. It just has a slightly different use case scenario. Anyway, so moving on to, how do you say it? De parfum. De toilette. Intense Vetiver. So that brings me to the Intense Vetiver, which is also a parfum, so it is a heavier concentration and will sit a little bit heavier on the skin. I've been playing with this one for the last couple weeks, and I don't understand it. I can't get my head around it. It's not the same DNA as far as I can tell. It goes away from the orange and goes into other citruses. I think it's kind of lemon and bergamot maybe. But that's not my biggest concern. Okay, if you want to go away from orange and go to other citruses, that's fine. But the entire backbone is different. And it seems like they've gone into a kind of bluer realm and a bit fresher and a bit more youthful and a bit more spriteful, which it makes no sense to me because the name Intense Vetiver would give the impression that, all right, if you like the original DNA of the Terre de Hermes, this is gonna blow your mind. For all the old dudes out there that smoke pipes and smoke cigars and drink whiskey, this is just gonna be like heaven on earth. When in fact, I think this is more suited to a youthful individual, you know, someone in their 20s, someone in their teens. It has that synthetic feel to it. It has a kind of almost an Ambroxan, like, you know, which is very famous in the Bleu de Chanel and the Sauvage range. If you gave me these three to smell, I would never think that this one was in the same range, a flanker of the original. It just smells so far away from where they started. So, do I actually like it? Okay, it's far away from where they started, but that's not a bad thing, is it? Do I like it? No, I don't, unfortunately. It goes too far over to the blue realm and too synthetic. It takes away that earthiness and that orange, which is what I've come to love with the EDT. It's a funny old one, it really is. I'd love to know if any of you have got the Vetiver Intense and let me know what you think of it. Now there is a Très Fresh version which I actually don't have, so I can't really talk much about it. That's my final conclusion. Will I be buying any more in the range? Well, oh God, I just love it. I love that bottle. I love the classiness. I think I may splash out and get the parfum because it just has, I love the DNA so much, and to be able to wear the same DNA, the same scent in any situation, just, oh, that excites me. So yeah, I probably will splash out for the parfum. Will I splash out for the Vetiver? Not a chance. There's no way. Plus, I don't even think it smells like Vetiver. It's just so confusing to me. I mean, I love vetiver. It's one of my favorite raw materials. It's sticky, it's earthy, it's grass root-like. I mean, it is a grass root, literally. That's why it smells like that. Funny old world. Maybe it's just my skin chemistry, but I can't imagine it is because the originals work so well on my skin. Or maybe that is the reason that I'm not digging it. Okay, so my order of favorite, and it's really close between 1 and 2. But I still think the EDT just has it for me. I just love that orange opening and the fact it's a little bit sharp and a little bit edgy and it has that nice vroom in terms of projection, because it's not a projection beast by any means, and then the parfum is just a little bit dialed down. So yeah, it's gonna be the EDT and then it's gonna be the parfum, and then unfortunately it's just, I mean, it's not even third place, it's last place. It's not close at all. This is Future Will speaking. Now, I spoke yesterday about the 3 different types of Terre de Hermes, and I had them all on my skin at the same time. Now, I've been testing them separately and individually over the past couple of weeks, but yesterday was the first time I had them all present at the same time. It's fascinating because the longevity between the 3 is very different and actually quite surprising. The EDT, the original, you would assume to be the weakest performer because it's the lowest concentrated. The parfum you would expect to be a lot more intense, a lot stronger, and along with the Vetiver Intense, because that's also a parfum. But I found the exact opposite to be true. I got much more longevity from the EDT than the parfum and the Vetiver Intense. So in terms of longevity, I found the weakest to be Vetiver Intense, then the parfum, and then the EDT. So this changes my conclusion totally to buy the EDT. 100%. It lasts longer. In my opinion, it smells better. It's the original. It's a no-brainer, and it's more affordable. There we are. Good, solid consumer advice. Finally, I feel like I've achieved something. Just on a side note, this is a great way of testing and buying perfume. I had a great shop in Budapest and they had just a drawer full of samples, and each one cost £1, which is about, what, $1.20? incredible value. You get 2 milliliters for £1 and you can test it out. And in 2 mil, I think you get 60 sprays. It's about 30 sprays per milliliter. And within 60 sprays, you really get to know a fragrance and you get to understand if it's something that you want to invest, you know, $100, £100 in. So yeah, I'm a big fan, a big advocate of samples. Thank you very much for watching this. I hope it's been informative. If so, give it a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Come on into the channel where we discover everything scent related. My name is Walbeoffe, and I will see you in the next one.